Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Anggun Rosemala Sari and my student number is 42. In this occasion, I will present my journal, and this journal is the assignment from Literary Appreciation course, and the journal title is Racism Against Black Americans Reflected to Freedom Writers Movie 2007 using a humanistic approach. First, I focus in racism because many racism topics contains in this film. Racism is inhumanity act that impact in human activity and mental health, and this is bad impacts actually. And according to Dennis in 2007, in his research, the title of his research is The Social Science Encyclopedia. Racism is a human behavior that believes that human groups have different physical appearances and behaviors, and believes that a certain race or ethnicity has an advantage. And according to Ghani 2008, in his research in Encyclopedia of Race, Ethnicity, and Society, state that racism is also called antagonism, discrimination, and prejudice against race or ethnicity because there are many differences. One of racism experience is by human in art, usually in black group in America. So I decide to focus racism in my journal. And my analysis is Freedom Writers movie. Freedom Writers movie is released in 2007, directed by Richard LaGravenese. Freedom Writers movie is about a teacher, Erin Gruwell's. Erin Gruwell struggle in when she teaching in this school. So in the theory humanistic approach, I use a humanistic approach, and I focus in Maslow theory about psychological needs. Psychological needs is like physiological, security, belonging and love, self-esteem or social needs, and self-actualization. So because human motivation generally to complete these psychological needs like this, and racism is make human not get humanity, because racism is antagonism, discrimination, and prejudice. Yeah, so I use theory humanistic approach because it not relate in I'm sorry, because racism is related with humanistic approach. So next, the findings. Every character in Freedom Writers has experiences getting racism against other groups, like Eva's group and the from black white maybe, and his father get in prison by the white group. And second, there are many skins that show racism experienced by black people that are shown in the movie. Yes, many racism scenes that show in the movie, because is and this film is the whole is talk about racism, and the last is The factor of ethnic, racial, and class difference are the main factors that black get racism from white. And the discussion first is, in this discussion that show human needs, psychological needs. The first psychological needs is protection or security, physiology, belonging and love, social needs are self-esteem, and the last is self-actualization. And for the first, human needs physiologically. When the black race gets torture and injustice from the white race to become homeless and begging on the street to make a living. And this scene show in a little bit in less of this movie. And the second is human needs protection or security. In this film, black race always feel threatened when going out from their house, and they feel not safe when they're out in the house. So in mental health is also get many bad impact. And the third is show that human need belonging and love. Racism action received by black people result they lost their people they care, they love, family, friends, or friend in her group like that, and they feel so sad because the people they love, they lost, they are gone because racism. And human needs social needs and self-esteem. The black race get harassed because it is considered that all things related to black people are about is only about sex, drugs, abuse, and sexual immorality. And white is also a thing that black race is always do bad things, but we don't tell this, but we not yet studying literally about the black race. Yes, so we of human needs of social needs and self-esteem. And in the last shows that human needs self-actualization. And in this film, the principal think that the black race is not clever like the human with white race. The black race is considered stupid and immortal and is often underestimated by white race. So the principal is also underestimate the black race, student, and not and the Aaron Grewell not underestimate them because she love her students so much. And the last is conclusion. After analyzing and discussing the problem, racism is a inhumanity that seen in this Freedom Writers movie, and to analyze this movie, I use a humanistic approach that focus on Maslow theory about psychological needs. Psychological needs is physiology, security, belonging and love, and social needs are self-esteem and self-actualization. Acts of racism are considered inhuman because they distance humans from the physiological needs that each individual must have. Um, so, human is need psychological needs, but racism is the reason of inhumanity. So this is my reference I took for my journal. The theory is from Descartes Lambert in 2018, and for the definition of racism is from Dennis and Gunning. And so this is my presentation of my journal. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.